across the different eras of my life, there were good things, there were bad things. But ultimately, I could sit here at this present moment with the current circumstances that I find myself in, still being like, I have had a beautiful life, that I could die today or tomorrow and I wouldn't feel like I left anything on the table. And that's a blessing in and of itself. Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. My name is Christina. I don't have an official intro to my YouTube video, so let's just go with that for now. I wanted to do this video as a kind of a wind down from the consistent cash flow series. I just got done filming the last few parts of my consistent cash flow series, 10 steps to predictable profits in your business. I'm happy to be done with that. I'm very proud of the series and the value that was packed into it. I was also very much so looking forward to my unscripted videos. Okay? Unscripted in the sense of just me being able to come on, click the camera, and just share what I've been thinking, some of my musings, and all the things. I started my YouTube channel. Okay, let's just say that this may have odd cuts and clips, but we're gonna roll with it because I don't necessarily have an outline for this video, but I just want to talk. Y'all here for that? If you're here for that, because I need to be a responsible YouTuber, click the subscribe button. This is just another aspect of my channel that you can expect. It's going to be business tips, it's going to be lifestyle, it's going to be faith, it's going to be the pockets of my life that make sense. It's going to be behind the scenes, it's going to be vlogs, it's going to be sit down videos like this that doesn't necessarily have that much structure. If you go back to the first few videos I uploaded on my channel, it was just me sitting down and talking to y'all. Also, because I'm not home by myself, you're going to hear some background noises. My son is, and other parties of my house, my husband, in and out of other doors in the house. Sorry in advance, but we're gonna push through. I wanted to film this video so that I could just talk about what I was thinking about in terms of being present. So that's probably gonna be the title of this video if I don't come up with something more quirky. But essentially, I want to talk about this concept of being present. I decided to go back to university at the age of 29. I'm now currently 30, and I just got done with my first official year at university. And I decided to restart my channel right before going back to university, not understanding the gravity of work that was required. So I was like taken seriously aback by the amount of energy, effort that I had to put into ensuring that I hit my, my grade goals. Because I'm seeking a master's, I'm finishing my bachelor's. I had to restart my bachelor's because I dropped out of college before. Watch the first video, I talk about this. And so after I get done with this bachelor's, I intend to do my master's, so I want my grades to be high. And so far, so good. My first GPA was 3.4, second GPA 3.51, even though I hate odd numbers and I really would have wanted a 3.52. Whatever. I worked hard. I worked hard. And within within a year's time, I was able to finish 30 plus credits. I did a credit overload. The maximum amount of credits that you could take is 18 credits. My first semester I did 15 credits. My second semester I completed 17 credits. And then I did a summer semester, and it's recommended that you do 3 credits, but I did 6. So you can imagine that there's literally was no time for much of anything. Business, mothering, being a wife. The only thing I just like focused solely on school. And in those moments I was present for just that. However, the other aspects of what I needed to be able to balance, like my business, is it kind of slowed down because there was no attention given to it. And so it is the primary reason why I decided to do the cash flow series. I was still taking consultations and I was still doing certain client services, but I wasn't necessarily promoting. And when I had a discovery call with one client, it literally just sparked this idea like, I need to first build a system for myself, because I have some systems, but refine my systems, but also teach people how to do this so that they don't fall into the trap that I did, not planning or preparing properly for continuous growth to happen when a pause is necessary. So that wasn't even something I was going to go into, but anyway, so that's something that I had to process for my life, just overall. And I'm so super proud that after I got done with my summer semester, I fixed in my mind, because I would always say, oh God, as soon as I'm done with these classes, then I could get back on the, onto creating content, posting regularly on YouTube, and doing the marketing that I needed to do for my business. I would always say that. And so once summer classes wrapped up, the exams were done, and scores were given, I no longer had the excuse of, oh God, I have this class, I have this assignment due 11:59. I don't have time or mind space to do anything else. And I'm barely holding on, trying to keep things up to date for my son. He has school, my husband, he has needs, I have to tend to that. So it's like so much things to think about. So much things. And without classes now, I no longer had the excuse of not being able to record content, create content, put content out there, and create the system that I so desire to create for my business. Because I know the mechanics of business. I've been doing this for so long. I started my business in 2018 I feel, but 2019 officially, and I know I've learned the mechanics of business, but I wasn't exercising the mechanics of business. It's one thing to know something, but if you don't put it into practice, then it can't benefit you. So nonetheless, I'm so super proud of what I've been able to accomplish in just the month of July. July has been an extremely productive month. I was able to create and pump out 2 videos a week of content for the series, and I'm able to now also continue to plan out content, bulk create that content, and schedule it out even during periods that I will be offline. I will be offline. This video is probably going to post while I am out on the ocean on a cruise. Like, I am not going to be here, but this video is definitely going to go out. So I'm encouraged that I, in this season, practice what I preach. But what sparked me, so all of that was just for me to get those things out off my chest, because that's the prominent thing in my mind. But the reason why I wanted to record this particular video is because I was watching a YouTube video of a new person. I hadn't heard from her before, but she ended up on my YouTube For You page. I don't know if that's what it's called. Her YouTube name is at Shaylin Ariel, and she posts content about living alone and adulthood, at least from what I perceive from her page, womanhood, feminine, and like feminism, not feminism, but feminine energy, soft girl, type stuff, mental stuff, spiritual stuff, like that kind of stuff, from what I watched so far. And I was watching one of her videos where she was recapping her experience at an event she attended with a prominent person that she follows, and they were doing a mindset exercise. And one of the things that this person had asked her to do, or asked the audience or the attendees to do, was to reflect on the worst day of their life, right? And she reflected, and she was able to pinpoint the worst day of her life quite easily. She is, I believe, in her mid-30s now, 35. And she was able to pinpoint that day. She didn't say what that day was. I'm sure she have a video on it, but I didn't see it. But then the guy, the presenter, I'm sorry, I don't know his name. I don't remember his name. It was one of those things where I kind of just put the video up and I was watching it on my TV while I was doing some stuff. So I can't remember the name, or while I was moving around. Anyway, he had prompted them to think about the best day of their life, and she couldn't think about the best day of her life. And you know, she was still processing through that, but it made me think, damn, what was the best day in my life? What's the worst day in my life? And ironically enough, it was easier for me to pinpoint the best day of my life, which was when I turned 29, my 29th birthday, and me and my mom, I had a birthday party at my house, at my home, because I rent in some apartment. But at my home, and I had my close family, my cousins, my siblings come over, my dad, who doesn't like to come out of the house. Everybody came over, and we just played games, laughed, and had some good, wholesome fun. And me and my mummy laughed. Oh, it was literally the best day up to this point. And then, you know, I really had to sit and think, like, what was the worst day of my life? And I couldn't say worst day of my life outrightly, because the reason being is I've had a lot of bad days. I've had a lot of good days. And the bad days were bad. Like recently, and I'm sharing this even though, anyway, this would be the kind of content that I would share in my Substack. So anyway, if you have Substack, download it or whatever, click here to follow me, or check the link below in the comments somewhere to follow my Substack journey, because I'm going to be doing a different type of vlogs over there. But anyway, shameless plug, you know, subscribe to my Substack. But this year, while one of the biggest victories of this semester for school is I got a 3.51 GPA, which is first of all, the highest GPA I've ever gotten in my life. Second of all, at college, whoa, that was a big deal. But also, I hit that GPA while going through one of the worst seasons of my life. I was pregnant my second semester, not knowing at first, but pregnant my first semester, and I feel like I may cut this out actually, but I'll finish it just in case I decide not to. But I lost my child in the middle of semester, March 5th. My son. I had a miscarriage. And so it's still interesting that when the thought came, I had to think, what was the worst day? But after thinking, I concluded that the worst day so far was that day. The day that I lost my child, miscarriage. And but I thought it strange that I could think about the best day of my life faster. I wouldn't say it took it strange, but I found it, I think, to be more of a blessing, I guess, that I could think about the best day of my life more quickly than I could have thought about the worst day of my life. Now, that could be a sign that, traumatic stuff, I just kind of pushed to the back burner. Or it could be that my outlook on life is one that I'm grateful for the good days and I'm grateful for the bad days. And this isn't to say that this particular creator isn't grateful for the life that she has, with the things that she has gone through. No, that's not to say that at all. But it made me very introspective of my outlook on life. Because I've had a lot of regretful moments. I've had a lot of low moments across different eras of my life. I'm now 30 and I feel like I've lived many lifetimes, which is so crazy to me. But across the different eras of my life, there were good things, there were bad things. Ultimately, I could sit here at this present moment with the current circumstances that I find myself in, still being like, I have had a beautiful life, that I could die today or tomorrow and I wouldn't feel like I left anything on the table. And that's a blessing in and of itself. Especially because when I started back my university journey, I did it first of all, I did it because I wanted to knock out the excuse and the imposter syndrome that I'm not educated enough to consult people on business. Even though I am quite educated, I think, and I have had great outcomes with clients, I still felt like an imposter not having that degree. So to alleviate myself of the unnecessary self-inflicted burden of feeling like I'm not enough, I said, okay, let me get this degree. And I'm grateful that I did it, but I was also regretful of the fact that I thought at the time that I wasted time not starting sooner. And I can't remember where I heard this quote from. I really can't. But I was probably either watching a video, scrolling through social media, or doing something of the sort. And I, came across someone saying that the time is going to pass you anyway. The time is going to pass anyway. What are you going to do with the time? Going back to school and realizing you have to do 4 whole years all over again, or 4 whole years, complete the 4 whole years, because I only did like 1.5. Knowing that, like, okay, I'm restarting at 29. I'm gonna be doing my degree for the next 3-4 years, and I could have already had my degree. I could have already been working on my master's. The thought did cross my mind in previous seasons, especially when I first started the thought of going back to school. But now, and then there's also, regret that I didn't set up the systems in my business sooner so that I could continuously make the money that I was making before and be able to, handle financial responsibilities and obligations as they come, and be able to invest in certain things that I wanted to invest in for my family and my life, take the profit from my business and put it into something else. When I was 19, I wanted to, my only goal at the time was to have real estate property that was making me money by the age of 30. I'm now 30 and I'm just now starting the process of getting setting myself up for having real estate. And so there was regret there. But now, at the age of 30, now in this particular season, I don't know when the mindset shift happened, but it happened, where I realized that I am okay with just being present. I am okay with doing what is necessary to do in the present moment that is afforded to me right now. I'm okay with that. And knowing and trusting that what I choose to do with my time now is an investment in my future. And I honor the past mistakes. I honor the past trauma. I honor the past things that happened, because it's the thing that's going to help me to make the informed decisions for the future. I would have learned from the things that I've done before, or the experiences that I had to come through before. Those things were necessary to refine the person that's sitting in front of this camera now. And I'm grateful for every single aspect of my journey. even the ones that hurt, even the ones that seemed to suck my soul dry, even the ones that put me in a debilitating depression to where I didn't want to move out of my bed. I'm grateful for all of it. And I know that it has to be because I'm not walking this journey by myself. I have Holy Spirit who's walking with me. Every single area of my life is guided by him, whether it's consciously, subconsciously, whatever it is. And so I trust that, and because my faith, I believe, is strong enough for me to do the hard things when they're uncomfortable, because I'm investing in something for the future. So I don't want this video to be too long, but I wanted to also say that, because I feel like I also heard this part from someone somewhere, either TikTok or one of the social media. I scroll often, but I pull from what I hear when it sounds, yeah, that sounds good. I should save it though, so I could at least, anyway. But I heard someone say, either I heard someone say this, yeah, I definitely heard someone say this, that regret comes from when you look too much in the past, and anxiety comes from when you look too far ahead. You have to be in the present moment. You have to be intentional about being in the present moment. I have had some hard things happen to me where it feels like my mind and spirit and body and my cognitive abilities are somewhere else, and my body is continuously functioning in life, but my mind isn't there. But that just causes time to go by, and you just to do absolutely nothing, or allow whatever the circumstances you find yourself in to perpetuate, rather than to create the life that you want. And so now at 30, I keep saying at 30, I have shifted into a season where I am willing to do the work to create the life that God intended for me to have. The abundance, the wealth, the prosperity in spirit, soul, and in possessions. And not making excuses for what needs to be done. There are 3 core areas that I want to develop within the next 6 months: my faith, fitness, and my finances. My son is ready to be in his 2-story house, and my husband and I have to make it happen. So, and then I want to live a better quality of life. And so that's going to require me to really take into account my current life, be present, audit what my life looks like, and then make changes, which I've already started to do. So I guess what I want to leave you with, because this is a reflective video, I want to challenge you to be present. If you find that you're just allowing life to just drag you along, if you are someone that is becoming a product of your environment instead of creating the environment that you want to be a part of, or creating the world that you want to live in, I challenge you to be present. Take stock of your life now and make the appropriate changes that is going to give you the life that you want in the future. Don't stress about the future, because the future you is dependent on what you do now. The past is the thing that informs your present, but the future is dependent on what you do now. So if it is that you want to start a YouTube channel, start that YouTube channel. Plan it out. Do a series. Don't do it like me, child, where I was like, I'm going to start, and then I just plopped the camera up and started recording. Have some form of strategy. I would recommend you watch my consistent cash flow series, especially if you're a business owner and you want to create content consistently and turn that content into cash. Consistent cash. I would recommend you watch my cash flow series. If I could figure out how to link it somewhere, I'll do that. Take the leap. I'm about to go on my first cruise at 30. The first cruise I've ever been on in my entire life. I'm gonna vlog the entire thing. Yes. It's gonna be on my Substack. So Get on my Substack now, Bookie. Don't be mad I'm not gonna post that over here. I will not be posting my whole vlog for my trip over here. No. Too much people know me. Ooh. Anyway, so yeah, I want to encourage you to be present. Be present. There's a gift in being present. There's a gift. Presence is a gift. Being present is a gift in and of itself. Take hold of your life and make it beautiful. And the mindset is a powerful thing. You can have very hard things happen to you and still have a positive outlook on life. That positive outlook is what's going to be the encourager as well for your future, your present decisions. And so, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was hard recording all of these videos, but I'm making an investment in the future life that I want to live. And I'm doing something that I love, even though the learning curve is something else, boy. This morning I had to wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning just so that I could batch record content, because I'm a mom and it is summer, and I have to figure out a creative way to get it done. No excuses. We're in a season where it's time to get things done. Deposit whatever talent the Lord has given to you that He wants you to bring to the marketplace, whatever solution that you have the unique ability to solve in your unique way. Bring it to the marketplace. Leave everything on the table so that you could die with no regrets, right? Anyway, this video is long enough, I think. Yeah, this video has gone on long enough. Thank you so much for sitting and chatting with me. Be sure to hit the subscribe button. I appreciate you if you've made it this far in the video. If you have made it this far in the video, leave this emoji in the comments so I know you're a real one. And I will see you in the next video. Bye for now.